Hey guys, welcome back to episode 3 of Sunrise at Sunset, this podcast where it is not only acceptable to geek out, it's also strongly recommended. I'm your host, Skylar Clark Kent, and I'm sitting here with my co-host for the third week in a row.
Jonathan Dowd, it's fantastic to be here.
It is fantastic to be here. It was a pretty slow week for news. I'm not going to lie, this one is probably going to be much shorter than episode 2 was. And once again, we have no main topic, so it's going to be very, very short. Yeah. We're going to get back eventually to the point of doing a main topic, so they're going to be nice and long and meaty. That's what she said. They're going to be longer episodes. Right now, I'm just far too lazy to actually sit down and watch a couple of simple comic book movies. But we will get to that. But for right now, I want to preface this every week by saying I've picked up a grand total of 5 comic books in my life. So if you're ever sitting there wondering to yourself, which you will be, why does it sound like this guy has no idea what he's talking about? It's probably because I have no idea what I'm talking about. I look at these pillars of geekdom, if you will, these films, and I judge them based on how they affected me as a whole. It could be the worst adaptation in the world, and I probably won't care because it entertained me. That being said, let's jump into the news. The first piece of news is actually not very geek related, but since the podcast is also sort of about film, I feel like we had to throw it in. We started talking last week about some of these people from the film culture, etc., that made great strides. That were very influential. God damn it.
You can do this. I believe in you.
We started talking last week about very influential people to the culture and how we didn't want to focus so much
on the bad things.
On the tragedy of what happened, but we feel like we had to talk about them to really honor them.
Yeah.
And this last week, unfortunately, we lost a good one. We lost a really good one. Wes Craven passed away of cancer at 76. I would not have put him at 76. He looked good.
Yeah,
he looked really good for his age. And, I mean, of course, you could just go on and on about it. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Scream. The Hills Have Eyes. And and even his misses weren't bad.
Yeah.
My Soul to Take was not very good, but it was entertaining at least.
Yeah.
And it looked fantastic. The guy knew how to shoot a movie.
Well, people give him a lot of crap for Nightmare on Elm Street. They give him a lot of crap for that, but it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And it captured. I think it captured better what the first one was really trying to do before it went terrible.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you mean the reboot or the remake? I actually really liked it.
Yeah.
I thought it was really, really good. People kind of complained about why did they make him a child molester? Blah 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 blah. But really, I think it's been proven that that's what they were alluding to.
Oh yeah.
In the original, that's what it was supposed to be. He wasn't just murdering children. He was doing something much, much worse.
A man sticking long, hard things into children is not.
Yeah. There's some what's the word I'm looking for? There's some symbolism there.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely some symbolism. I never thought about it that way. But yeah, Wes Craven, 76. You will be missed, sir. You made the world a much cooler place.
It really was. Yeah.
Okay, so now let's jump into the real geek news. Let's geek out.
All right.
There was a couple of teasers for DC TV this last week, and man, they're really going for it. They're going full force. The first one we have is for Gotham, and that season premiere is September 21st.
Oh,
I'm so excited.
I cannot get enough of Gotham.
I'm so excited. It's very it's divisive when it comes to fans. Some people love it and some people just hate it.
Well, there are some things I don't like. Like for example, Poison, Ivy, who is Poison Ivy, isn't Pamela Isley at all.
Mm-hmm.
She's Ivy.
Yeah.
And although I can look past that because I liked how Selena and Bruce were friends younger, and then they found each other even in the superhero world when they were older, and I can get behind that.
Oh yeah.
Wow, what I will never let them get away with is giving Jerome a backstory, giving the Joker a definitive backstory.
That is true because I guess you really can't deny that at this point.
Yeah.
Because even with the Killing Joke, it was sort of implied that he was constantly changing it up.
Yeah. I mean, there was there's an entire like comic book thing where he just lied to a few Arkham patients to get them freaked out and make one doctor kill herself with just lying about his backstory.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't even know at this point.
Mm-hmm. See, I mentioned The Killing Joke. That's one of the 5 comic books I've ever picked up. I've read The Killing Joke. I haven't finished Dark Knight Returns yet. I want to read Dark Knight Strikes Again, even though I've heard it's not very good.
Dark Knight Strikes Again.
Yeah, it's the sequel to Dark Knight Returns.
Oh, that was like shamed.
Yeah, that's from what I've heard. Another Geek podcast. I don't know if you've listened to Mr. Sunday Movies.
Oh no,
it's an Australian podcast. Or it's The Weekly Planet. Like they actually need a plug. But yeah.
Oh, and Night Vale too, y'all.
Oh yeah, but yeah, Dark Knight Strikes Again is extremely shamed. I haven't read it, so I don't know why. They're coming out with another one though. A third in that Dark Knight trilogy.
I hope it's enough to make it not terrible. Because I watched the anime. There was a 2-part movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I've watched it like 4 or 5 times in the last couple months. It's so good.
It is wonderful. Like I think I own them somewhere.
I'm not a big fan of Peter Weller's voice though as Batman.
Well,
I like it for the most part, but there's like when he's like talking to the mutant leaders, whenever he speaks in a louder register, the deepness to his voice goes away and he just sounds kind of bored. Like he has this line of he's picking up the guns. He's like, "These are loud and clumsy," and it's such a weird but like when he's getting up in people's faces and he's like
justice.
He like lands on that guy and the cop's like, "You just crippled him." He's like, "He'll live.
I know. Okay,
don't be scared, won't you, punk?"
When it comes to the voice acting, I don't like for the voice. I don't like how they choose for Joker. The actor is astounding because he can come across as so creepy.
Yeah,
but the voice wasn't. I don't know, because Joker's. He seems to be high pitched more.
Yeah,
he talks like this, and and the actor that chose just talked like this all the time.
Yeah, and he played it very like old school Hollywood.
Yeah.
I liked that. I liked that a lot. It was different, but
So yeah, I'm excited for that. What are we actually talking about?
We were talking about Gotham. Season 2 is happening. Oh, yeah. It looks really good. I'm very happy we get to see more of Jerome. He was my favorite thing about the first season. I mean, granted, I didn't love season 1. My favorite thing about season 1, they ended every episode so well. Yeah. Every episode was like, what?
Do you think Fish is gonna stay dead?
I don't know, because apparently Jada Pinkett Smith said that she wasn't signed on for season 2.
Okay.
That being said, she was taken out very easily, and in a way, I think they left it open-ended on purpose.
Probably.
I'm not gonna lie and say I think that they have this all planned out.
Only because she had a badass comeback, and then she gets killed by being pushed off a bridge by the Penguin. And
yeah.
Spoilers! If you haven't seen it by now, I'm very sorry.
I'll probably find some way to put a spoiler tag in. Maybe not. Okay. We'll find out.
Let's make everyone angry.
But oh my god, the guy playing the Penguin, absolutely love him. I never thought that I would say that I love the Penguin.
Yeah,
ever. But he's so cool.
When I go to the next convention, when I have the money, I'm gonna go cosplay as the Penguin.
Awesome.
My roommate's gonna be who was it? Nightwing.
Oh, that's really awesome. Cool. Yeah. Are you just gonna walk around like wah 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 wah?
Well, I'm gonna. Yes, that's it. Because I liked the Gotham Penguin because he was more realistic. He wasn't just like, oh, birds.
Yeah.
And he had a limp, and I liked the limp a lot.
I know that was a good call. It was a very. I liked the whole. Ever tell you when. Damn it! I can't talk today. Anyone ever tell you when you walk like that you look like a penguin? Which I heard a lot of crap from that when the pilot script was first leaked. The people were like, there's a lot of puns in it.
Yeah.
Like people always saying, enough with the riddles, Nigma. And when I actually saw it on screen, I was like, they didn't make it that obvious.
Yeah.
Like, boo-hoo, they made a joke. How dare they?
This entire thing.
I love nerds, but they piss me off sometimes.
Oh, nerds. Okay, so nerds. I figured this out. I heard someone talk about it. Nerds aren't against things like period. They're not racist or sexist or anything like that. What they are is protective, and they hate change.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you see a black stormtrooper, we're like, no, never. So the fact, like anything like that, anything like a vague change to it is just like it pisses them off.
Yeah,
I know this because it's pissed me off.
I always just sort of think to myself, like, why are we being mean to the actors coming up? People were mean to us all our lives because we were nerds. And we've become the bullies. I don't do that, so I haven't become a bully, but don't bully guys. Don't be dicks. Because then Batfleck comes back and punches you in the face, and you're all for it.
Yeah. You're happy you got punched in the face.
I saw a great meme the other day where he's Ben Affleck is looking up at the Robin statue or the Robin costume, and it says 2 years later, how many haters are left? And then there's a close up of his face, and it says how many stayed that way.
Oh,
that's fucking awesome. But yeah, back to Gotham.
Okay.
This is probably gonna be the longest story.
Yeah.
I love the kid that plays Bruce Wayne.
Yes.
I think he has the potential to grow into something.
Yeah.
In a sense, obviously it's out of his control, but I wish he was a little bit older.
Yeah.
Because I don't see the show going as long as like Smallville did, so we can really see him grow into putting on the suit.
No, not.
But I mean, if it only lasts a couple seasons, they did say they want the very last shot of the very last episode to be him putting on the suit.
Oh,
all like what they did with the finale of Smallville.
Well,
but,
it'll probably be like
the only thing they can
flash forward to the future.
Yeah, that's the only thing they can do at this point, unless it like really, really picks up and keeps going.
Yeah,
which I would like to
Potter.
see, but the way that the kind of mixed reaction with fans, it's probably not gonna go on that much longer. Maybe another couple seasons, but I would like to see it go on quite a bit longer. Moving on to more DC TV news, we got the teaser for season 4 of Arrow. I really liked season 3. I realized season 3 got a lot of backlash, and I'm really not sure. Not sure why, but I really enjoyed season 3. Except for there's just too much Felicity. She annoys me so much. She's the first episode that I saw her in. I was like, oh, she's adorable. She's quirky, and then it just became she's so fucking quirky. like if you go back and watch any episode she's in, she has a bit in every one, maybe 2 or 3 bits, where her line delivery is exactly the same. Mm-hmm. It's like, hey, are you gonna do this? I didn't mean to say it like that. I'm just being so quirky. Oh my god, shut up!
It's like imagine, okay, so Harley Quinn is great in doses, but imagine living with her. It'd be like Lord. That. I think Harley Quinn and the lady from Lollipop Chainsaw need to hook up. They need to have a video.
You need to hook up or hook up?
Well, you can take that however you want, audience. This is a child-friendly program.
I don't know. I think we've probably passed rated R standards by this point. You can only get one fuck in a PG-13 movie, as is proven by X-Men, not Origins, First Class.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm Charles Xavier. Eric Lenzer, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, which
best part of that.
Yeah,
movie.
Best line.
That's really good.
Oh, and then like they reprised that exact thing when Charles Xavier was all pissed off at them. It's like, I'll say the thing you said to me. Go fuck yourself.
Which everyone else in the theater kind of laughed at that. I was like, that kind of hurt me a little bit.
Yeah,
he was so sad when he said that. Okay, moving on to some Star Wars news. Now, let me just get this out of the way right now. I like Star Wars. I'm not necessarily the type of fan. I can't tell you like exactly what Star Cruiser was doing this at whatever time. I can't name off all the planets. That's probably why I like the prequels. But I'm not a big enough fan. I don't have like an encyclopedic knowledge of everything in the Star Wars universe. But I have a lot of fun with them. And like I said before, I do like the prequels. My favorite moment in the entire series, I think, is the lightsaber fight in episode 3. I can't place the name of the planet. Like I said, I just don't know. But between Anakin and Obi-Wan, it is one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life.
And it has like an amazing like bit of symbol. Like, okay, for example, whenever Anakin's on the ground missing multiple limbs and Obi-Wan's standing over him, you can see the light kind of shining through the clouds. And when it's back on Anakin, it's just like the dark dirt and something like that.
Yeah.
And it's very symbolic in that way.
And I don't know why. It had never occurred to me. I was listening to one of Kevin Smith's podcasts. I think it was Fat Man on Batman. He was talking about the moment when Obi-Wan goes over and he picks up Anakin's lightsaber, and you have to think to yourself, "Oh my God, that's Luke's lightsaber." And I don't know why that had never occurred to me.
Yeah.
So I was watching episode 3 again the other day. When he picked it up, I was like, "Oh my God, that's so cool! That's gonna be his son someday, and he's gonna fight his son." Spoiler alert.
I don't think at this rate.
I don't think anyone will ever be surprised by that again.
Yeah,
Unless you're like...
cinema had one. That was it.
You had one job. Just protect the secret that Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father. And
okay. So akin to that, I was watching Breaking Bad. And it was just this great bit of symbolic cinema. At one point, okay, if y'all haven't seen it, go watch it now because I'm gonna ruin something for you.
It's amazing.
So you know how he buried his money in the desert, right? Whenever because he himself dug the holes his money went in.
Yeah.
And then later, the other guys picked up the money and put the body of his brother-in-law and his partner in there. So Walter dug the grave of those two.
Oh my god.
And
it just broke my heart.
I know.
Oh my god. And I liked Hank by that point in the series.
No, Hank was a little.
The first couple seasons, I was like, "You asshole!" That's what I find fascinating about Breaking Bad is somehow for like 2 seasons, you're like, "Fuck the DEA agent."
Yeah.
This guy that's cooking meth, he's the hero of the show. And anytime someone gets in his way, law enforcement or anything, you're like, "Get out of here!
Yeah.
Just stop it."
Watch them die. Another thing, I have not. It wasn't until the most recent episode where I decided Walter White is now evil. Whenever he said, "You're a stupid bitch" to his wife, I'm like, nope, I hate you now. You deserve to die.
She was kind of a stupid bitch, though.
We're all so awful. But, okay, what's next?
Oh, my God. Back to Star Wars. Force Friday just recently happened. I really wish I could have been involved with that, but I have no money. Come on, sponsors. Let's jump on this. Let's get some sponsorship.
We should always just eat Arby's while we're doing this and talk about how delicious these terrible Arby's sandwiches are.
We had them and then we lost them. But Force Friday happened. We got a lot of new promotional toys and stuff like that. It's so cool. Star Wars is such a big phenomenon. The movie doesn't even come out for we're in October now?
Yeah.
No, we're in September. October, November, December for 3 more months. And they're going to make millions on the toys. Yeah. Just the toys themselves of characters that we don't even know yet.
They'll pay for the movie before it's made.
Exactly. And I mean, I'm all for it. As soon as I get some money, I'm going to go get me a Kylo Ren action figure. And with that action figure, we get to hear his voice for the first time. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty big fan. Not only that, but we get sort of little clues as to what the plot could possibly be. At least his character's involvement in the plot. Because I don't think I mentioned this on either of the other podcasts yet, but he is not a Sith Lord, apparently. He is part of... I wish I could think of the name off the top of my head, but he is...
Cult.
Yeah, he's essentially part of a cult that is obsessed with the dark side. Essentially the neo-Nazis of the Star Wars universe.
And I really want their Hitler to be Darth Vader.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
If there's just banners that are dedicated to him.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing. But there's some really key little pieces of dialogue. He says in one of them, "That weapon is rightfully mine."
Yeah.
Or something like that. And there's an idea that he's talking to Finn, the I don't know. They haven't revealed yet whether he's actually a stormtrooper or if he was pulling a Luke and he was just dressed as a stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Once again, it's so cool how they're keeping all this under wraps. They're doing very, very good.
Oh yeah.
They're DC and Marvel to a lesser extent could really, really learn from them.
Yeah.
About just not having stuff get out. But I hadn't thought about this until just recently, but I'm wondering if he's talking to Finn about Luke's lightsaber. Because it does say that he's going around collecting things that are involved with the Siths. And if he finds out maybe that was Darth Vader's lightsaber at some point or another, he's going after it.
Yeah.
And what I find really interesting, because his cross-guarded lightsaber has divided a lot of people.
Yeah.
Some people absolutely hate it. I think it's the coolest thing
it is.
that they have ever done.
It's badass.
It's so cool. But the reason it looks kind of janky, if you will, when he lights it up, you can see it's very crackly, and it's because he put it together himself, which I think is really, really cool, especially if he's not a Sith Lord. Chances are he doesn't really have much of an idea what he's doing.
Yeah.
So he's just kind of doing all of this off of blind faith of his overlords, if you will.
Do you think he has the Force? Maybe.
I think so, because there's a couple moments in the last trailer that came out where he looked like he was doing something Force related.
Okay.
But I'm excited. He looks like he's going to be a good villain. Speaking of Star Wars villains, we have confirmation that Benicio del Toro is going to be the villain in episode 8, which I'm all for. He's someone that I know his name more than his work.
Yeah.
I've only seen maybe 2 or 3 of his movies. I saw part of The Wolfman. I never finished it. Apparently, it's not very good. And then obviously Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
He's so cartoony in Guardians of the Galaxy. I love it so much. But he's good. He's a fantastic actor.
He really is.
I think he really has the gravitas to pull off that sort of dark villain in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
That being said, we were talking about this before. I really, really hope they don't kill Kylo Ren in the first Star Wars. Like, it's not going to be one villain every movie. Kind of have it be like the old ones where there was some sort of device some sort of villain that carried throughout all 3 movies. Like, and I think the prequels didn't even do that because the first one was
Sidious was there the whole time.
Yeah, sort of, but I mean, he wasn't
the bad guy.
He wasn't the bad guy until the third one.
Yeah, but
because somehow I guess it was supposed to be a surprise.
Yeah,
even though, come on, 4, 5, and 6. That's the issue, though, I guess, when you make the 4, 5, and 6 before 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
But the first one, it was essentially Darth Maul, who was so cool, and I really wish they could have brought him back. Second, God, I don't even remember the second one.
Or Count Dooku.
Yeah, and dude with all the arms. No, that was episode 3.
You can go General Grievous.
Yeah. See, I just like Star Wars.
I played the
as is proven right now.
Okay. And I don't know how General Grievous could lose a fight. He could just spin in a circle and kill everyone.
Yeah,
he has
exactly.
4 lightsabers.
Exactly. Okay, moving on to really just kind of filler news. Even though I am very excited about it, it was mostly put in just to fill some time because this one's actually we've been going for quite a while already. It feels like so. This one may not be that short. Next piece of news that we got is the Jack Reacher sequel is officially set for October 2016, and we figured this out in the first podcast. We figured out our different stances on Tom Cruise. Yeah. You're not the biggest fan. Like, you don't dislike him, but
he can do good.
And I think he's just one of the coolest people on the face of the planet. At least acting wise.
I think you're thinking of Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, he's pretty cool as well. Hey, they were both in a movie together.
They were.
We just tied it together. Yeah. Oblivion, the movie about him sucking his own dick.
Yeah. It was. When he's the main character more than one time. Like, or we could just make clones of me.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on, we got some Marvel news about Doctor Strange.
Ooh.
We have some possible news on the villain. They're looking at, I hope I pronounced this right, Mads Mikkelsen. He is in the Showtime TV show of Hannibal, plays Hannibal Lecter. Unless they've done some sort of twist since the first 5 episodes, because that's all that I've seen. Because that show went way over my head. I recognize that it's good, it's well made, but my attention span is so short, I couldn't do it. But he is a good actor. He's very creepy. We discovered in episode 1, I don't know jack about Doctor Strange or his villains, so I'm just gonna say good choice, just because he looks creepy. You know, I think the animated movie is on Netflix.
I know
if I remember right.
I think I saw it actually. Okay, I had a friend in college, and he'd order these movies as they came out, so I saw them with that. That's how I saw Throne of Atlantis, and I'd just go over to his room. It's like, all right, what you got today? I haven't seen Batman and Robin with Damian Wayne.
Batman vs. Robin?
Yeah,
it's much better than Son of Batman. I liked Son of Batman, okay, but it was like,
yeah.
Like Dark Knight Returns was much better.
Dark Knight Returns is.
I'm such a big fan of it, man. The guy playing Superman is so good.
Yeah,
because like he never gets like angry.
Yeah, no, he's fighting his friend.
He is. They're buddies, and like you can tell, like even when he's really mad, it's literally just to the point of, come on, man, what are you doing? Just stop it.
He couldn't. I don't.
It's like when your buddy's like drunk and like he's like starting to get like really pissed off, and you're just like, no, come on, man.
You punch him in the face so he doesn't punch someone else.
Exactly. And
my mom, she told me this. I was 13, mind you, when she told me this. That Batman and Superman are obviously gay lovers, and I was like, what?
Oh my god.
And it's like, and now I see it, and it's so clear. They are obviously gay lovers.
Maybe that's how Batman vs. Superman ends. That'd be kind of hot.
It's just Superman like throwing off his cape, and there's a shirtless Batman right there. And it's like, let's get this done.
Oh my God, shirtless Batfleck standing next to shirtless Cavill.
Oh God.
Fuck you, take my money.
Oh. Even the straight guys want to see that.
Oh, right. And speaking of Batman versus Superman, oh my God, this is becoming as big of a story as the movie itself.
Okay.
We talked last week and the week before on the idea of Michael Shannon playing Zod, or not playing Zod, playing Doomsday. Because last week we had the story where he talked about how he got stuck in the bathroom because he had flippers instead of hands.
Yeah.
Because he was on the set of Batman vs. Superman. Now he's going back and saying essentially, I didn't even know I showed up in the movie. I saw the trailer where my corpse was being unzipped from the body bag. Spoilers for Man of Steel.
It's not like you can watch the trailer and see that.
Yeah, that's true. But he said he went in and did some voiceover work, but he does not have flippers in the movie, and he's not actually in the movie. I think he's lying. I don't think he's lying to be malicious, mind you. I think someone at the studio came up to him and was like, hey, you can't do that. This is secret stuff, buddy. Like, you need to go out and fix this.
You know what I think they should do is constantly do that for all the movies. They should just straight up lie about everything.
That would be absolutely amazing.
And like nuggets of truth are here and there and all these different like possibilities. And they're like, well, they'll never know.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, like for a while there was a quote unquote leaked script of Batman versus Superman that they were saying that Kevin Smith wrote. And someone ended up asking about him and he's like, no, why the hell would I do that? Because, you know, he's one of those people that's very much like, I suck. Like he's very like
humble.
Yeah, he knows what the critics think about him.
Yeah.
I love Kevin Smith. Not only as a filmmaker, but he's just a cool dude.
He really is.
He's really one of the things that inspired me into the podcast. He's a great podcaster. I love him so much. One day, man, one day I'm gonna be on his. He will probably never be on mine.
We'll all be on Good Mythical Morning.
Yeah,
with Rhett and Link because they're wonderful.
They are wonderful. They seem like really cool dudes. But, yeah, on that very, very bit of confusing news, which we have to wait 199 days to figure that out, because I saw a meme yesterday, 200 days until Batman v Superman.
Oh.
And I am...
Are you counting the seconds?
I'm so excited. I thought for a while there, am I getting... Is the hype gonna be too much? Like, are we getting too excited too soon? And then they released that trailer, and I cried, and I thought... No overhype here.
Yeah.
This is going to be incredible. Oh my God. $1 billion. Easy. Maybe not all at once. By the time it comes out on Blu-ray, $1 billion.
So there's going to be a lot of like money poured in that because it's the first like, oh my God, DC come together movie.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone likes DC. You can like Marvel too. Everyone likes DC.
Newsflash, guys. You can love both. You don't have to pick a side, no matter what they tell you.
Well, unless it's in Civil War.
Yeah.
They have no
Then
choice.
Cap-Am.
Yeah, definitely.
Bless you.
I don't have to tell the government that I can fly.
I don't know if you could pick that up. My dog just sneezed so loudly. Hey, buddy. But that's it for the news. You have anything you want to plug? Your Tumblr? I don't know if we haven't even discussed if you have like any Instagrams or Twitters or anything like that.
Oh no, well, I'm
Instagrams.
on Facebook
I sound so old.
Well, I have a Facebook that I never check. I use Facebook purely just to talk to people, and
Same
I
here.
don't put anything on it. So
Yeah, that's why I haven't put mine up. Eventually, I'll probably make a separate page for this. But
I would do that.
Just to get before I forget, you said you came up with a possible name for our little mascot. What did you come up with?
The Sundowner.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Who ironically only comes out at night.
Ooh. I'm confused. But yeah, if you want to go ahead and plug your Tumblr, then
it's
you can go ahead and do that.
Strange Professor at tumblr.com.
Yeah,
it's where I goof off and pretend I'm a different person. So acting, it's really fun. I'm not fantastic at it, but that makes it fun.
Yeah, and then of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, which you are, because I can't figure out how to put this onto iTunes or a podcast app yet, you will have found my YouTube channel, so I'm not going to bother doing that. But I also have the Twitter account at Cloudy Sky Gray. my Instagram account, which I cannot think of to save my life right now because I never use it. I'll throw the link down in the info, and I'll also throw down the links to all the news stories. You can tell I'm not making all this up because I'm not clever enough to do all that. I'm just gonna out myself right now on that.
There's just a wall of fake news of like pins and wires connecting everything.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that's it for episode 3. It was probably not quite as long as episode 2.
Well, probably, but
Definitely not as long as episode 1. Once we get back to main topics, they'll the content will kind of beef up a little bit.
I still want to do that like multi-genre like.
Yeah,
open source
definitely.
thing. That'd be fun.
Yeah, definitely. You know what? I'm gonna make it official right now.
Okay.
Next week, next Monday let me look this up. These go up on Monday the 14th.
Okay.
We will be talking about 3 different superhero movies that may or may not suck as bad as people think they do.
Okay.
And Monday the 21st, we will do the multi-genre thing. I'm putting this out there right now.
This is happening.
If I'm lying, I will be very ashamed of myself. You guys can't really do anything about it, so I'll just be very ashamed. You can scold me. If I'm lying, you can scold me. I promise you that. Anyways, that's it for episode 3 of Sunrise and Sunset. I'm Skylar Clark Kent.
I am Jonathan Dowden.
Geek out, everybody.